The expat survival economy, living abroad as inflation insurance. Now, everybody talks about their retirement plan. They talk about stocks and bonds and their 401k and their real estate, the usual suspects. But the problem is, what good is any of this if you can't afford to actually live? And let's be honest, inflation is chewing through savings like rats in a rice sack, and housing is insane. The price of healthcare is insane. The price of groceries is insane. And in America and much of the West, the so-called middle class is being squeezed to death. And when people realize their hard-earned savings don't stretch as far as it used to, what do? They work longer hours. They cut back. They click coupons. They pretend they're fine while they drown in debt. That's not survival. That is a slow death. And here is the part that nobody likes to admit. For a lot of people, the single smartest financial move isn't buying another index fund. It isn't downsizing. It isn't praying the government will fix everything. The smartest move is a geographic one, and this is a financial move. Picking up, moving abroad, turning your money into what it should be, which is leverage. Now, I did not set out to do this. However, now I look back and, I've known this for quite some time, but when I moved over here, that was probably the smartest move I've made in my life. And the reason is because I get a much better value here than I do in the United States. I save money because I don't live there, I live here. I call this the expat survival economy, and it's not a dream, it is a plan. Now, like I said, I didn't plan to do it, but it worked out that way. And now looking at it, I can say, well, you do need to plan and you need to figure out something like this so that you can hedge your bets against inflation. Now, before I get started, I want to mention my new book, The Expat Survival Guide 2025, Living Smart in Thailand. It is the no BS guide for anyone serious about living here long term. And it deals with the money, the visas, the lifestyle, the women, the pitfalls, all the good and bad. You'll get the complete picture. If you want to pick up a copy of this book, just look down in the description. There's a link down in the description. You can just click on that. Boom. You'll be taken to a page where you can purchase it. Or you can go to my website at anamericaninbangkok.com. So that's one way to do it. Now, in case you don't know, my name is Scott. I've been here for over 30 years, nearly half my life. Do me one favor, if you would, and that is click the like button. Subscribe if you have yet to do so. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of all updates. If you want to get a hold of me for a consultation, you want to send me a comment, you want to send me a question, a quick question, anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. Now, when most people hear expat, they think of cheap bars, cheap rent, cheap food, cheap women, but that is not the point. The expat survival economy isn't about being cheap, it's about being smart. It's about looking for the value. It's about hedging yourself against inflation, healthcare ripoffs, and systemic decline in your own country. It's about treating your life like a portfolio and realizing geography is a powerful asset. It is your most powerful asset. Inflation insurance stretching the dollar. Let's talk numbers. If inflation is 6 to 8% a year, that means your money is bleeding out. Back home, $1,000 grocery bill is normal now. But in Thailand, that same $1,000 covers groceries for 2 or 3 months and not instant noodles, fresh seafood, meat, vegetables, fruit. I can tell you that we are a family of 4 and we spend about $1,000 a month for 4 people. And we eat really good. We don't want for anything. If we want to eat shrimp, we want to eat lobster, we want to eat steak, we can do so. The housing, if it's in LA or London, $2,000 gets you a shoebox. In Bangkok, that is a luxury condo with a pool. In Chiang Mai, it's a big house, and That's what I'm saying. Geography multiplies your buying power. Now, the healthcare arbitrage, which is the hidden jackpot, and this is the silent killer in the West, and that is that healthcare cost. In the US, a health hospital bill can destroy you even with good insurance. And I've seen $100,000 bills, excuse me, slapped on people who they thought they were completely covered. In Thailand, world-class hospitals staffed by Western trained doctors cost a fraction of this. And a comprehensive checkup package with blood work, imaging, cardiac stress test, it might run you $400 or $500. Depends on the hospital. In the US, the same thing is going to cost you thousands of dollars. Major surgery, a $50,000 procedure back home might be $7,000 to $10,000 here. I had my hip replaced here, $10,000 back home. I don't even know what it costs now, but it's a lot more than $10,000. You're not in a dingy clinic. You're in a private hospital with better services than most Western facilities. I can tell you that when I had my hip replaced, it was fantastic. I mean, I got treated first class. Uh, Medical tourism isn't just about nose jobs. It's about survival. And for retirees, it's often the line between stability and bankruptcy. Okay, housing and lifestyle, the hedge. Everyone in the West talks about downsizing, selling their home into smaller spaces just to stay afloat, hence the phrase tiny homes. Expats flip that script. For the same or less, they upgrade bigger houses, more comfort, and less stress. The hedge is not about living cheap, it's about living better for less. The visa economics, and of course, visas do matter. Think about what you're already paying in property tax, state tax, federal tax, health insurance premiums, and compared to that, a retirement visa in Thailand is peanuts. You park some money in a Thai bank, you show some steady income, and you get stability. And the red tape, of course, there is red tape, but it's still cheaper than bleeding out back home. Your mental health and stress can be very expensive. Stress costs money. Pills, therapy, self-destructive habits, they're all expensive. Living abroad often means a slower pace, a healthier lifestyle, and less grinding anxiety. I have very little anxiety here, believe me. That translates into real financial savings in a longer life. Mental health is a part of your financial health. If you ignore it, you're going to pay. Listen, my friend Jono tells me about he used to live in San Francisco. He says, I lived in a tiny little place. My money was gone. He said, I didn't have nearly enough money. Now he lives here. He's been living here for years. He's very happy. He has a nice apartment. He has plenty of money and he's living good. Now, the critics say that you're running away, and that is just flat out wrong. You're running towards stability. And if your money doesn't stretch, your health care bankrupts you, and your government, believe me, they don't care. Governments don't care. And staying put is a real gamble. It is your life. Do you really care what they think? It is your life. Don't care about what anybody thinks. If you want to move abroad, move abroad. If you don't, then fine. But if you want to move abroad, believe me, don't worry about what other people think because 90% of them probably, when you move, that's it. You're not going to stay in touch with them. You're not going to be good friends. What they have to say and what they think does not matter. That's the long and short of it. The expat survival economy is not an escape. It's an adaptation. The smartest investment most people will ever make isn't a stock pick. It's changing where they live. Living abroad is inflation insurance. It's healthcare arbitrage. It's buying back freedom from systems designed to bleed you dry. People spend their lives chasing money, and the real move is making money chase you by living somewhere that it works for you. That is the expat survival economy. Now, the three takeaways here are the geography is leverage and you should use it. Your healthcare, housing, lifestyle, it can be better and cheaper abroad. You get a better value. And number three, this is not fantasy. This is survival and this is reality. So the next time someone tells you you can't afford to retire, remember that they're right where you are, but they're dead wrong if you're willing to move. Now, before I wrap this up, I want to mention my book again, The Expat Survival Guide. Pick it up. Uh, it's a no BS guide. That's basically how I describe it, that lays out everything you need to know about living here in Thailand without destroying your finances or your sanity. Pick up your copy. There's a link down below and a link in the description, and there's a link at my website, anamericaninbangkok.com. Okay, so remember to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you want to show some support for the channel, you can hit the join button down below, and for $1.99, you're a VIP member of the channel. If you need to send me a request for a consultation, or you want to send me a comment or whatever it may be, anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. But that is all the time I have. So until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Choke me, leo jerken mai. That's good luck, and see you again. Take care.